this. Um, I'm going to use a little bit of texture, not a lot, and then we're going to do some more things to it. So I'm going to use, I have this one already, I think, watered down with some paint and all. Hello, Kelby. Good morning. Hey, Kimberly. Craft Crazy Company. Hello, hello, my friend. And Deb, good morning. And Miss Judy, good morning. Hydrangeas are your favorite, Pam? They are mine too. I love hydrangeas. I do. So I think I'm going to use a palette tool. And this, you can tell, is really kind of thin, and that's what I want as far as my first coat. So what I'm going to do first, we want to do this just a little bit dark around the edges. And I'm just going to use some coffee that has been watered down, instant coffee. And we're going to do it around the edges. I'm going to use a paintbrush. And we're just going to go, I'm going to pull this up just a little bit. We're just going to go around the edges because I don't want to have to come back with wax and all that. So we're going to try this little. And it doesn't matter how you get it on there or whatever, because most of it's going to be covered. But I do want the edges to be brown. So I'm just using some coffee. It may have a little bit of cinnamon in it. I can't remember if I put any in it or not. It's been a while since I mixed it up. So I've used about the whole thing. It's just a little bit left. Let me just get all this just kind of, and you can bring it on down so it'll dry faster. I want to get my edges done. I want them really in there too. So I'm going to turn it on around, and we're going to get it right along in here. Most of it's going to be painted, but I wanted the edges to be kind of grunged a little. So we're going to try this and see if it works. I've never done it like this. So I thought, hey, let's try something different. And somebody might have done this. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone do this, so we're going to try it. Y'all can let me know if you've seen it done like this, the grunge, and then paint over it. But I haven't seen it, so this is new to me. But welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. And again, I do have a link to Craft Around the Clock in my description. If you are not in that group, just go over there and fill out a little form. It's a free group. All kinds of projects. I mean, anything you can think of. Sewing, wreaths, plaster, any kind of decor. It's just, everybody is so different. Everybody has their own style. Anywhere from primitive to whimsical to farmhouse to just whatever you want. I am going to dry this some. And I do have cinnamon in it. I can see it. And that's okay. I don't mind that. I am going to wipe it a little bit, though, before we put our plaster on it. So that really did really well. So, like I said, I am going to wipe it because I don't need the cinnamon on there. Because I am going to add just a little bit of plaster. Okay, very good. That turned out good, and that was quick, too. Now, you can use brown paint. Of course, you can use wax, all of that. I'm just going through the comments real quick. Hi, Darla, and Linda, and Miss Sheila with Tweety's Creations and Decor, and Tamara's Designs. Good morning. Anita, good morning. Caffeine's Crafts and Memories Past. Hello, my friend. Miss Judy, hydrangeas are your favorite too. I love them. I love them, love them. And they're not hard, really. You can make them hard if you want to, but they're not. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to take my plaster here, and I'm going to do it really thin because I want it to dry. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. I will do some of it just to make it look a little bit rustic. Just how to get it up in there. Just get it over in there like that. And then you can always just scrape some if you want. But see how I want it? Just kind of messy. Just so messy with it. Now there's a hole there. I had thought about putting a wire there so it could hang. And you could, but I think I'm going to cover mine. Because I wouldn't hang mine. I would just set it around on, like on a stand or leaning up against something. But you can put a wire or a ribbon or anything like that where that hole is. I did get the heart. I don't know how long I've had it, but I did get it from Dollar Tree a while back, at least a year ago. So I've had it a while. It might have been longer than that. Trying to use up some of my supplies that I have. And I've got a bunch. So we're trying to use that all up. So all I'm doing now, I just want to get this plaster on there because I am going to be painting. So we want a very thin coat because we want it to dry so I can paint on top of it. I'm going to dry it. And then I'm going to take this. We're going to just scrape some of this off so we can get, and you can wipe it with your finger, however you want to do it. Just get it on there. We just want it some rough spots. There we go. And that's pretty smooth how I want it. I just want there to be some dark showing in spots and some light. So, and I am using, the color I'm using is probably, I'm trying to think what color. It's a linen color. I mixed it with some patch and plaster, watered it down, and then added my paint to it. So that's what my texture is this morning. So I'm going to cover this, and we're going to dry this really quick. I just want the top dried so I can paint on it and do some other things to it. So we're just going to do a rustic looking little project here. I'm thinking about putting just some lettering or some words on it. I think I'm going to use one of these that has just some words on it, or it looks like words on it. I'm trying to see which one I want to do. Let me get this dry. Right over here. I'm going to do my flowers over here, and then I'm going to do some texturing over there, I think. That's what I'm thinking. Or I may just, I don't know. Depends on which side dries the best. That's the side I'll do it on. Let's see if I missed anybody. Hi, Lisa's pretty little things. Hello, my friend. I need to see you, but every time I come into Philadelphia, I'm always in a hurry because I'm usually on my way to babysit, and then when I'm leave, I'm ready to get out of town and get home. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Irma. Okay, we're just letting this look old and just chippy and rustic. Very simple way to do it. Now, if you don't want to buy plaster, just use your baby powder, half a cup of baby powder, a tablespoon of white glue like Elmer's glue. And I would use probably 2 tablespoons of paint, whatever your paint color choice is, and then a little bit of water, probably a teaspoon or so. I just kind of go with the consistency. It will crackle, but if you dry it, it will crackle. But it's not a real big crackle, it's a fine crackle. So if you do not want to get plaster or whatever, get some baby powder, or cornstarch or baking soda. You can use any of those to do the same type mixture to get the same look. Okay, very rustic, very chippy. I like. Okay, so now I've just got to figure out, I think it's all dry really well. So I think I am going to do my flowers on this side. Now to y'all, it's going to be backwards. I'm doing it on the left of the heart. So it's probably going to look like on the right of the heart to y'all. But anyway, I'm going to do it on the left of the heart, my flowers. And then I am going to do a little bit of stenciling over here. So I'm just trying to think if I want to use, let me show you this. And then I'll get y'all to help me figure it out which one I want to do. I do have this, which does have some lettering on it, some writing. I thought about doing it like that, or I do have a stamp that has some writing that you use black ink, stamp it on, or I have this, which is just some writing. And I thought about using this, and let me tell you how I thought about doing this. Thought about putting this on there, and then just with some paint or some ink, and then come back over it with a little bit of texture with like something like this. So I'm kind of just mixed right now. So I'm going to give you some numbers, okay? So this would be number 1, okay? So I need y'all to vote, help me vote, okay? This one would be number 2, which is the stamp of just lettering. This would be number 3, which I would add a texture over that once it's dry. So either number 1, which is just this with texture. This is totally texture. This is number 2, which is just lettering. And this is number 3 with lettering and texture. So this has lettering too, but it, I don't know how much. I probably would use texture on this too. So just let me know, 1, 2, or 3. So again, 1, 2, or 3. And I am going to be getting my paints out while y'all are letting me know which one you would rather have. So I am going to use different tones. I'm trying to think what colors I want to use here. I think I want to use some red, which will do it more of a pink tone, or burgundy. I'll use burgundy. I love a blue. I thought I would add a little bit of blue to, and some burgundy mixed. So I'm going to get some blue. So we've got blue and burgundy with white on our flowers. So that's what we're going to use as far as that goes. Okay, it looks like most everybody is wanting 3, so that's what I will do. Well, hello, Ocean Breeze and me, my sweet friend. How are you? I am so glad to see everybody, y'all. I'm so thankful to be on. And I know y'all heard this yesterday if you were on, but I am. I'm thankful to be back, maybe in some sort of rhythm here. I need to get back in rhythm with things. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, we are going to go ahead. Everybody wants 3. We're going to do our lettering first because I need this to go on first. Let's see, I'm going to do it like that, I think, about right there. Now, it doesn't matter if you mess up, I promise, because then we're going to take and put texturing over it. So I had, let me find my little sponges. I just had them just in case I had them. And of course, when you're looking for them, you cannot find them ever, ever, ever. And I just had them. Okay, let me look. If I can't find, here's a sponge. I'll just use this. It's not as good as, I like the makeup sponges from Walmart, but we're just going to use this sponge. Now, I am going to use what's called a soft black. I'm going to see how I like that first. I don't want it real dark. So this is called a soft black. And it's not as dark as regular black, of course. So we're going to get a little bit of that on our palette, and then get some on our sponge. And I'm going to dab it off, y'all. Dab a lot of it off. I'm going to pull this up just a tad so y'all can see what's going on. Let me move stuff out of the way. I have all kinds of stuff laying around because I didn't know what I was going to do. I mean, I knew what I was going to do, but I didn't know exactly how. Okay, let me see how far I want to go over. I think I want it to go over to where some of my flowers are going to be. So I'm going to pull it like that. And then I'm going to do some flowers on top of some of it. So let's do it like that. Okay. So I'm just going to use this little sponge. Like I said, I love using the makeup sponges from not Dollar Tree, but from Walmart. And we're going to start, let's see if I can get it through there. It's not going to go through there. I really need the makeup sponge. There we go. I just have to press pretty hard. It looks like on this soft black has purple tone in it. So they probably added a purple or a plum to soften it up to make it more of a gray black. So I'm going to try and get it right. There we go. Yeah. Okay, hopefully it will not bleed, but if it does, you know what? It isn't a big deal. Okay. We just want to get it in there. This may take a second, so let me go pretty fast. Let me just get it going, and we're going to go. And again, if you do this, I prefer the makeup sponge over the these. These is what you're supposed to use for stenciling and stuff, but I like the sponges better. Don't ask me why, I just do. I just do. They seem easier sometimes. And it doesn't matter if you get it all in there. You just want just pieces here and there. Don't have to be totally done. I can see where some is a little bit thicker than others, and that's fine. No biggie. I have used, y'all, I used to do wood signs like for your porch and all that, and I use sponge rollers, you know, like your paint rollers, to get it done too, because I had such big, I would do 5-foot boards, tall, by 10 wide, and it's like, okay, this will take all day if I do it like this. So I bought sponge rollers, and it worked fine. Just have to learn how to tape everything down. But I am not worried about all the bleeding and stuff because we're going to put some stuff over it. So I'm just going to kind of roll it and see if I can get it in there. Halfway decent. Anyway, I know this takes a little bit of time right here. So, and I wanted quite a bit in there. So we're just going to roll it just a little bit so I can get some paint in it. There we go. We are getting it done, girls. We're getting it done. I'm going to rub it. I know you're not supposed to because it will go under it. But for time's sake, I'm going to do it. That way, I don't want to waste all my time doing this because I want to get those hydrangeas done. Okay, so I'm going to get right over here because some of that's going to be covered by the flower over here. So it's not that big a deal. Okay, like I said, no biggie if it bleeds or whatever, because these words aren't really words. It's just a bunch of look like writing. So very good. Okay, perfect, perfect. I love the color. I'm going to dry it real quick. I love that. Love it. What I'm going to work on first before I do the texturing on top of this, we're going to do our flowers first. And I think I'm just going to do, I don't know, a couple, maybe 3 on this side. So let me get this all done. Okay, I want this dry right here. It's dry. Okay, now the fun part is doing the flowers. And these are not hard. I do promise you that. They're very simple flowers. Anybody could do these flowers. They're not hard. Now there's several brushes, well several, there's a couple of brushes, well 3 in fact, that I would use to do hydrangeas. There's a small flat. I would use a thick round, or a brush that's called a filbert, and I'm looking to see if I have one right here. I don't think I have one. Oh, I do have some right here. Let's see. And this is the filbert right here. Usually I use this one because I like the way that the round, how it rounds them out. So that's what I'm going to use today, I do believe. So we're going to use the filbert, and this is a 1/4 inch filbert. So you could use any 3 of these type brushes, but I'm going to use the filbert today. Now what I start doing is adding just some paint. You want to start with your main color, and I'm going to try and mix it just a little, but we'll see. I'm going to start with a bigger and maybe 2 smaller up here. So let's start with the big one, and I'm going to start with the burgundy. Let me get my white ready, because once I get going, I need my white. Let me get it out on my palette. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take my burgundy here, and we're going to do it. You just have to figure out where you want to do it. I think I'm going to do it about right up in here. So I'm just going to take, and I want to wet. I want it wet. I want this paint wet. Okay. I'm going to do it all the way to the edge of my heart and just tap in. I'm going to tap it in because I want it really wet. I don't want it to dry out real quick. Okay. So I'm going to do some little marks around it. Just see, it's drying super fast. Okay, so this is the one we're starting with. Let me put that in my paint. So there we go. I'm going to take my little brush, and I'm going to take some white now. Now you can take pink also. I'm going to get a little bit of pink, because at the bottom of each flower, let me get the pink on there. You want it to be darker than the top, because that's where your shading is. So I'm going to use pink, I think, down here. And all we're going to start doing is just doing some little marks on it. Just trying to get some little marks here and there. Usually I would do it a little bit different, but I'm going to show you an easier way. Okay. We're just going to get just some little, and you want your brush to do a lot of the work. So we're just adding, let our brush do the little marks in it. Hello, Penny. Hello, hello. Okay, so we're just getting just little marks. Okay, now what I'm fixing to do is change to my white. And we're doing the bottom first. I mean, we're doing this. You have to trust the process, okay? You don't, you're in trouble. You won't stay around if you don't trust the process. Because you're going to think, oh my goodness, that's horrible. So just trust the process. We just want to get our little rounded marks in here. And I'm going to do a little bit more white up in here. Now once I get the base, the bottom done, then I'm going to come back up in here and just do some little, I'm going to do like 4 little marks to make it look like hydrangeas, okay? And I'm not going to do it everywhere. I'm just going to do it here and there. And this will give it an impression of it's a hydrangea, okay? So we're just getting some little marks in there that make it look like, okay, it looks like a hydrangea. Now, on the edge, I'm going to get the edges done. When I get halfway, pretty well halfway or 2/3 way down, I'm going to start adding my darker color. Okay, see how that's starting to come together? Now I'm going to get a little bit of the other color, the burgundy, and we're going to add just some little marks in here just to give it that look. And I'm going to start moving them around some so they won't be all piled up in one. Especially around the edges, I want there to be some movement. And they don't have to be all whole flowers. They can be just, whole petals. They can be like 3s or 4s or 5, however you want to do them. They can be only 2 marks. You just want it to get it to where it looks like a hydrangea. Now I am going to add a little bit of white on top of some of this to try and blend it together, because you don't want 2 different colors, like, oh, it's half and half. No, you want to now blend it, but this is still going to be darker down in here because we added that extra layer of dark. So I'm going to leave that pretty well dark right through there. So that's our first flower. Very simple. Then you can go back and add, just in case my time gets away, add some little dots here and I would add the darker color. Just do some little dots in there for the hydrangeas. Okay, not a bunch, just a couple. No biggie, very easy. I am going to come out the sides here just to give it so they won't be so rounded right through there. You want some little extras coming off of it just so it won't look like it is a perfectly round circle, because our flowers are not like that. Hydrangeas are more so than most of them. So that's our first one. Now, I do want to add a blue tone to it. So in the next one, I'm going to do a blue. Well, no, the next one, I'm going to do small, but I'm going to use burgundy and blue. So we're going to try it out. We're going to try it out. I'm going to take right here. We're going to do a smaller one. I'm going to do partially burgundy. We'll do some green in there and we'll get it just detailed. I gotta watch my time. Okay, have 15 minutes. Good night, time is gone. Time goes fast when you're having fun. Oh my goodness. Hey, I'm gonna pick up some of this blue now. And we're going to do a little bit of blue on the edge. And I did not clean up my brush. I still want some of that burgundy in there. Okay. So we're going to try this one. I've seen hydrangeas that are different colors where they mixed. So we're going to try it. So I'm going to pick up my, a little bit of color. I'm going to pick up the pink first, just like I did. And we're going to start down here and just get some little petals going, or just little marks. We're going to get some little marks down in here with our brush. Okay, I'm going to change over. I'm going to change over to my white now. Can y'all see that? We're going to change over to the white now. And hopefully it will pick up both colors like I want it to. And it looks like it is. So we're just going to get the marks in there right now. Just some little paint marks. Okay. Now we want to go back in and do our little petals. I might only just get 2 right now, and then so I can finish everything for you. So we may just do 2 flowers right now so I can get it finished. So we're just going to add the white in here just to get some petals going. I'm going to get the pink, I think, or let's get a little bit of burgundy right through here. And just add some burgundy right through here. Okay, and usually your flowers, they are bundled together. So I want to get a little bit darker right here, just so that you'll know it's a different flower. It's not the same flower. So I'm going to do it a little bit darker right through there. And pick up my white where this blue is. Just get some little marks going to where it looks like a hydrangea. Do a few more right through there. Because you always want one flower on top of the other. So I think I'm going to do the smaller one that is kind of overlapping the other one. All right, so that's good. We will take a little bit, I'm going to take the blue on some of this and just do some little blue dots in it. And I'll take and do some burgundy because this is kind of a mix. I mean, those are mixed one. So anyway, we're going to stop at that, and I'm going to go ahead and do this. Then I'll do some leaves for you if we have time. Leaves are very simple. They're not hard. So let's go ahead and do this with some texture. Let me find my little piece here. Okay, what I'm going to do is this piece here. I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to just put it kind of just right on top. I'm going to come down. I might get some of that. I'm not sure. Yeah, we might. So let me get my texture again. I'm going to use the plaster. Now what I'll do once the plaster dries, this is very thick. Once it dries, I will come back and put a little bit of the grunge on it. That way it will kind of go with the whole thing. I think I'm going to do grunge on it instead of doing it a color. So this will be kind of a white tone, and it's super thick. So let me thin it, get it on my palette tool here. Okay, this is the plaster. As you can see, I'm almost out. I used it a lot up until August. But anyway, we're going to get some texture on here. So I want it to go on thick. I want it to stand up. So then I'm going to hold it down, and then we're just going to start spreading it on there. Just like icing a cake or something like that. A little bit more on there. Just get it spread out. I'm going to try and not get the lettering, but if I do, it's not a big deal. Again, don't stress too much over what your art. Let it be original. Let it, just go with it. Don't stress out over it. Painting or anything else. You want to have fun with it. Everybody's is different. If I painted again, mine would be different there again. Okay, so I'm going to do it about right there, I think, and just see. And then I'm going to just kind of scrape it and get it kind of smooth right through here. But I want it thick because I want you to see the end. I want it to be raised up. I'm going to do it a little bit further up there and down in here. Okay, we're going to raise it up now. And so you can see that indentation. I really like that. And then I might do a little bit to it, and then again I might not. So we shall see. Now I'm going to wipe this off because I don't want it will clean up. I've had it dry before, and you just have to wash it. But I'm going to wipe it with a wet one. That way I don't have to do all that extra work with it when I get through. Okay, let's finish. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, I still have time. Let me go ahead, and I'm going to do some leaves on this for you. And I'm going to show you an easy way to do a leaf. And if you're not familiar with me, my name is Deborah, and I am with Splash of Paint by Deborah. I teach acrylic painting online, in person. I do paint parties and all of that. I do have a membership, but it's not open right now. But if you're interested, just put VIP, and I would be more than happy to send you some information on it and let you know when we do open. I didn't open it all last year. I kept the membership to those that were already in it. But this year we will open maybe once, maybe twice. I don't open that often. But, okay, I'm going to get some. This is an olive green. So I'm going to get a little bit of olive green. And then I'm going to use a lighter green. Acrylic paint loves more than one layer of paint. So I'm going to use this color first. And I'm using an angled brush. It's kind of big, but that's what I had right here. So I am going to do a leaf. I'm trying to think which way. I'm going to do one here. So I'm just going to just take it like this and just kind of make it kind of just however I want, just kind of messy. I do like it a little bit pointed. And then I will come back in here and fix the petals over my leaf. I need a smaller one of these. That's way too big. Here's my smaller one, but this one is way small, but it'll do better than the super big one. So first what we're going to do is get this shaped. I like a little point on mine, but then there is a way, if you want to give it a little bit more texture, you can just do some little marks along the edges. Just take your brush, just to give it a little bit more dimension, just do some little bitty marks on the edge. And then we're going to take our lighter paint. And I'm going to use, this is called Lime. I'm watching my time, y'all. And I'm going to come in here with the lime, and I'm going to mix it in. I'm going to blend it together. And then I'm going to start just shaping how I want how I want my leaf to go. So we're starting, see how I'm going inward with it, with that lighter color. I'm going to go all the way to the edge. And just shape it. I'm going to get it really thin right through there. I'm going to get a little bit more of my other color and just kind of go over it just to give it a little bit more dimension. A little bit more movement. I'll do that little line right through there. Okay, see how that did? Not hard at all. I'm going to show you real quick how to fix this. Like, if you are, like, I went over it, so I'm going to show you real quick how to do that. It's green right now. I'm going to get a little bit of this burgundy, and at the tip, I'm going to go right here because burgundy will kind of hide what I want hid, and just do me some little marks like that, and then probably come back with a little bit of white, and that way it looks like the leaf is underneath the flower right there. Okay, let's do another one. See, I still have time. Yeah, I like doing more than one on one side, but we're going to do one at the bottom right now, and I'm going to turn it that way my hand is in the right, and we're going to do it. I'm probably going to end up doing two. I'm going to do one there and one here. So let's do this one first so I can kind of see how far I want to go with it. Don't have to be perfectly shaped. Just come on in, get that green in there. Just want to get the green in there. And again, we'll put petals on top of this one too, since I'm doing the leaves last. Get my light green again, and we could do the edges like that with the light green also. You can see it a little bit better what I was doing. I'm just going to do these little bitty edges to give it just some dimension in our flower, and then just start bringing it inward. Just start going to the middle. Just like that. Give me a little bit of my other color, my dark color, and just kind of finishing it out. Give it a little bit more dimension in that leaf. Just like that. Very simple, not hard. Thank you. Let me see. I know I've missed. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. Who is that? Penny, you're sweet. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Bobby, and hello. Cove Creations by Lisa K. Hello, thank you, sweetie. Okay, we're going to do another leaf, y'all. While I have time, I have 3 minutes. So we're going to do this leaf over in here, and I'm going to have part of it going off the side. So we're going to do it just like that. And then all of this is going to be our green right through here, and then we'll finish. As you can see, I still had a little bit of the light on my paintbrush, which is perfectly fine. Do our little edge just to give it a little bit of movement. I will come up in here and do my little petals over the leaves. Okay, I'm going to get that green again. We're going to just add just a little bit more green on that edge and then pull it inward. And then right here I'm going to pull it because I want my center to be kind of right there. So we're going to pull that to about right there and then just do a little bit here. Let's bring it on in. Okay, then we get our dark paint. Come back over it just to give it a little bit more movement and some more dimension, and then just do a little line. Let me get that dark, do a little line right through there. Okay, let me turn it back this way. I still need another leaf up here, and I will put one. But let me do the petals real quick. You'll know, I've showed you the leaves, so you'll know. I'm going to show you on the round how just to add. That way you'll know you can use different paintbrushes. So all we're going to do is just bring this, and I just press it down. And we're just going to do some little marks right here to bring it in, to bring these over the leaves, right through there. I'm going to do this a little bit better right through here too. I want you to see that this is different flower right through there. Then right here we got, I want to maybe, I don't know. Anyway, just want to fix it up just a little bit better right through there. Because I think I want that big one over that one. So I changed my mind, and that's acrylic paint is one good thing. You can change your mind and do it how you want. You can go back and correct or do whatever you want with it. They're one of the easiest paints to paint with as far as correcting whatever. Okay, we're going to put just some little touches of white in this down here so it's not so dark. And then just do a few little straggly pieces out. I'm going to do a little bit up in here just to add some of that burgundy and all to it. Add some white on it. And time is up, but y'all look how cute, and it's not hard. It's not hard at all. So let me turn it around, and I can, good night, it's tight. And let me show you this way how it looks. But there we are. See how cute? And I may put a little bit of tint on that white there just to give it just a little bit. But thank y'all so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great week. I will be babysitting the rest of this week, so I will be in and out. But thank y'all for joining me, and go watch the next one. Bye, y'all. Thank you, Anita and Christy. Thank y'all.